Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in the disability community.
Sure. Well, my name is Shani Chill, and I actually have had kind of like several careers in my life, from like event planning to recruiting to marketing. When my older son was born, he was diagnosed with a visual impairment. He has albinism, and when I decided to go back to work, nothing that I had done before really seemed interesting or motivating to me anymore. So I decided to go back to school to become a teacher of the visually impaired. I worked in that field on my own as an independent contractor for around 10 years, and then was offered the opportunity at the school that I'm currently in, to be the director of the Vision Education Services Department. So the school that I'm currently in is called IHOPE. It's the International Academy of Hope, and we're located in Manhattan. All of our students have some type of traumatic brain injury, multiple disabilities, and global delays. Most of our students are non-ambulatory, and don't use verbal speech in order to communicate. So it's really an exciting opportunity to kind of look outside of the box and think of different ways to engage these amazing students, like anywhere from 5 to 21, in a way that they wouldn't necessarily be engaged, and they wouldn't really be able to interact in other let's say like general ed locations. So I actually became the principal of the school a year and a half ago, which is really exciting for me, because I get to really look at the bigger picture and what our students need from A to Z. So it's really been pretty exciting. Every day is different and fun, and I it's a really rewarding experience for me.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So like tell me a little bit about I Hope. Like what's that all about?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, all of our students have some type of traumatic brain injury or disabilities due to brain-based disorders. Our students have pretty significant challenges. They need round-the-clock care. Most of them have pretty serious medical issues. We have many of our students are G-tube fed. We have students who are on oxygen. We have students who have seizure disorders and seizures at times throughout the day, and have a really difficult time accessing the world around them on their own. And also, they have a difficult time communicating or expressing themselves without different types of aids. So, what we do at IHOPE is we try to create a really typical school experience for students who maybe are not typical. And we do that by using a ton of assistive technology, really cool devices that we've either purchased or created on our own, as well as assistive creative here in how to best engage all of our students. So they have a regular curriculum. It's math and literacy and science and social studies, and we have the arts. The students have clubs. We have a mock apartment on site where our older students can learn daily living skills as they become young adults and transition out of our school. And we're always looking for ways to get our students out into the community and bring our community to us. So it really becomes this creative process for me and my staff, thinking of just interesting and exciting ways to make sure that our students have like a real school experience.
Mm-hmm. My next question is any like particular like stakeholders or organizations that you partner with so that students like you mentioned had that have that particular school experience. You know, who are like your key players, so to speak?
Well, IHOPE is an affiliate of a bigger organization called YAI. YAI is a nonprofit organization. They primarily have young adult or adult programs and group homes in New York, in New Jersey, and in California. And they partnered with us really because they were excited about what we were doing and they wanted to expand their reach to not just work with adults, but also to work with, the young adults and the children. So they're my primary partner. They help us with everything that we need. I also have a really amazing leadership team at my school that are experts in the fields of special education, assistive technology, speech communication, and they are constantly going to conferences and speaking at conferences and partnering with different brands and companies that can come here and help us best give our students, the experience that they need.
Mm-hmm. My next question is like, like what impact has, your work had on not just yourself, but also on the disability as a com on the disability community, what sorts of things have you learned during your work at IHOPE?
Yeah, I what I really learned is that, the sky's the limit when it comes to possibilities. It's really a matter of collaborating and working with other people who have different levels of expertise than I am. I've learned that I don't have all the answers myself, and it's really by partnering with other experts and by being constantly curious that we can best serve the students who we work with. I think for us, the biggest impact we have obviously is on our students, but also on the families of our students. When we have prospective parents coming to the school, and they're scared, they have a young child and they don't know what's going to be for this child, and they see this school firsthand and they see the excitement and the fun and everything that we have to offer, and seeing how excited they are and how hopeful they are, that really brings me so much joy and validation as a school that we're really doing the right thing and heading in the right direction. And we're really always looking to grow and learn more and add more to our curriculum and to our strategies. We never stop learning. Like obviously this is a school for students, but as as staff members, we're constantly striving to improve ourselves so that, at the end of the day, it's really the students who will benefit.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, how can your organization, like make a difference in people's lives, particularly with people with disabilities? Um,
Yeah, so I think for our students, if you would take one of our students who, let's say, is not able to speak, not able to use their hands or their arms independently, and you would put them in a different situation, I think it would almost end up being a babysitting service. They would sit there, maybe have some therapies and listen to music. When our students come here, they're expected to be full participants of their program and have an impact on the world around them, be involved in the things going on around them and have a say and have a voice. And I think that's really the most important thing to me. It's also exciting to see when people in the community, because we're in Midtown in Manhattan, and there's lots of big businesses around, and they get to see when our students go out and do a Halloween parade, or we invite people from the community into our school to volunteer or to help, to see their reactions to these amazing, young adults and children, and to see what they're capable of. I think it changes their mindset as well. And I think that little by little will really impact the greater community.
mm-hmm. Yeah, those are some important points there.